I'm going to start this video with a question for all of you. Do you like to play as an evil character in video games? Now, when I say playing as an evil character, I don't mean, picking a few choices that seem mean to some NPCs, or even going as far as going with the evil faction in a game like, say, Fallout. I mean being a real psychopath, killing everyone in your way depending on the game, just being a menace to society at every inconceivable point. Because that is the topic for today's video. Do video games really let you be evil? And I'm going to be using Fallout 4 as a great first example. In Fallout 4, you have 4 factions: Minutemen, Railroad, the Institute, and the Brotherhood of Steel. Arguably, the Institute and the Brotherhood of Steel are the 2 evil factions. And the Railroad is kind of in the middle, and the Minutemen are just straight up heroes of the Commonwealth, saviors of all. They are the best faction and the nicest, the kindest, just all around. You want to play as a good guy and a hero in Fallout 4, the Minutemen is most likely the way to go for you. But the issue, even though you can play as a villain in Fallout 4, either with the Institute or the Brotherhood of Steel, arguably, where you can be with an evil faction, you can still play as a nice character. The only option, in my opinion, where they actually let you to be evil in Fallout 4 is when you meet Billy the Kid. I'm not going to really spoil the quest, but you can find this child, and you have the option to actually sell him to a slaver. And I'm going to be honest right here, if you did decide to sell Billy to a slaver, I wouldn't even blame you. Caps are caps, catch that bread, my boy. But that is like one of the only examples where you can be truly evil in Fallout 4, something that is morally incorrect. You know it's wrong, but you want to do it anyway, because you can, because the game gives you that option and you can make some easy money off of it as well. A game like Fallout 3 offers so many more opportunities to actually be an evil character than its sequel to Fallout 4. You can actually blow up Megaton, an entire city. At the end of the game as well, you can completely destroy the Brotherhood of Steel if you so choose to, which are the de facto good guys for Fallout 3. You can blow them up, because why not? You can be factually evil here. You can change the wasteland. You can just be a menace to society, because Bethesda gave you that option. In Fallout 4, you're restricted to, look, either you gotta be a goody two-shoes, or you have to go over the top. We're gonna be enslaving everyone with robots, which even then, you don't actually get to do that, because it's just, we're looking towards the future. You set the stone for the future of the Commonwealth. You don't actually get to experience and play that part. One thing I like about Fallout 4's kind of evil to good options, though, is that it doesn't really restrict you to companions. You only lose about 2 companions depending on your choices with a faction. The Minutemen, you can keep all of them except 1. Railroad, all of them except 1 or 2, right? It really depends on your choices and how you play out the game, but the majority of the time you can still have access to all of the companions in the game. Games like Fallout really do let you be a villain if you so choose to, outside of course in Fallout 4, but there are other games, for example, like Mass Effect, where yes, you can play as a kind of evil villain, but the renegade options are most likely, and most of the time really, just you being a complete asshole and you not actually getting to decide to be properly evil. No matter what you do, there are only 3 choices at the end of the game. Now, obviously, it can affect what characters live and what characters die, but the majority of the renegade options cut you out of content and just screw you. Even though it can be fun to be an asshole, the majority of the time, it is just to be an asshole.
I've requested that my wife's body be returned to me for cremation, but the military has refused my request.
I'm concerned with the living, not the dead. I don't have time for this.
This isn't about them. This is about my wife, the woman the military killed.
This is war. People die. If you want to keep that to a minimum, let them run those tests.
You think I've not given enough? Don't speak to me of duty.
I feel like that Mass Effect clip perfectly capitalizes on exactly what I'm talking about for this video. In Mass Effect, the renegade options, yes, you can be a jerk, but the majority of the time, that's what it is. It's not actually being morally incorrect or evil, even though in that situation, not giving a man his dead wife is pretty morally incorrect. It doesn't go anywhere with the story. Not like in another game, like Fallout New Vegas, where the majority of your choices that are good or evil affect the end line plot, that can screw over factions, that can really assist factions. You can be a complete jerk and a psychopath in Fallout New Vegas, and in many other games, a lot made by Obsidian, also like the Outer Worlds. Fallout New Vegas and Outer Worlds are the perfect examples of being able to be complete villains. And I mean villains. I don't mean joining a bad faction, joining a incorrectly morally faction. I mean a psychopath. In Fallout New Vegas and the Outer Worlds, you can kill every single NPC. Now, the difference for Fallout New Vegas is that they had to have an ending, so you can't kill Yes Man, but you can still make the bad decisions with him as a faction leader. But those two games stick out for me as games that, look, you want to be a psychopath, you want to kill everybody, it is completely that option is there for you to slaughter everyone in your path. You are unrestricted when it comes to that, and that is the kind of RPG freedom that I love to see out of video games, and I want to see more when giving us evil options. Another good example of being evil in video games is Baldur's Gate 3 as well, where you have the two kind of lines you can go down. You can be a hero, you can just be a good guy all around, or you can be a complete villain, bastard psychopath. Both of these routes sometimes restrict quest lines, they can restrict companions, and they allow for replayability. Now, some games, of course, when you play as a villain, they still let you do everything. That is also good, but I do like the concept of, look, if I'm playing a bad guy, I can't talk to the good guys. I can't play their quests. I'm going to need to go back later, replay through the game, and try again as a good guy in order to do their quest lines and meet these characters. And then you can really see for yourself, did you like the villain side of the game more, or did you like the hero side of the game more? Games like Baldur's Gate 3, The Outer Worlds, Fallout New Vegas, 3 RPGs I can name off the top of my head, do it perfectly. They give you those psychopathic options, you can kill anyone in the game, you are unrestricted on what you want to do, you can just go absolutely crazy with the options that Obsidian and what Larian Studios give you. Other games, like Fallout 4, Mass Effect, and a lot of other simple RPGs like that do give you big options and they can affect the world, but they don't make you actually immorally correct or incorrect. You can be an evil person as a faction you can join, but you can't be a just outright psychopath. In Fallout 4, a lot of NPCs are restricted to fucking dying. You can't kill a lot of NPCs in the game, right? A lot of them are just considered to be, they need them in the game. You can't be an asshole. And one really bad example for this from Bethesda is actually their most recently released game, Starfield. How in a game where they let us go through the Unity, which can restart the universe fundamentally, doesn't let every single NPC killable. I don't know why all of the NPCs aren't killable in the game when we don't need the majority of them when it comes to completing the Unity. I don't understand that. We could kill everybody and still do the Unity by ourselves, and yet Bethesda didn't give us unparalleled freedom when it came to doing that. Now, I understand for a first playthrough because they want to push you through the story, but once you go through the Unity, I feel like, look, let all of the NPCs, let them be killable. Let us go amazingly wild. Let us slaughter everyone and see what happens instead of restricting us. I hate when games restrict you to who you can kill, to who you can be an asshole to, and what evil choices that we actually could be making instead of game companies like Bethesda are restricting us to do when in their past games like Fallout 3, they let us do some amazingly wild shit. Like, again, literally blow up a town with a nuclear bomb that was stuck in the middle of the town that no one could detonate or disarm. We could either disarm it and be a hero of the city, or you know what, fuck it, if I want some money in a nice penthouse, let's blow that shit up, man. In a game like Fallout 3, when you can blow up Megaton, they give you that option, and the rewards are about the same. If you disarm the bomb in Megaton, the mayor, Mayor Sims, will give you a apartment. You have like a little handy bot, you can customize the apartment, or if you blow up the town, you get like 500 to 1,000 caps depending on your choices with barter, and you also get some sick-ass apartment surrounded by a bunch of fucking rich people and a lot of really good gear. What Fallout 3 did well is that they gave you about the same rewards, but it was really just based on what you wanted to do as a person. Do you want to blow up a fucking town because you can, or do you want to be a good guy and save the town and get all that praise from everyone when they could have been blown up? Or do you want to be that guy who blew up the fucking town and gets hated on by everyone and has a really low karma, and then your dad fucking asks you, look, I heard a town was blown up, were you involved with it? And you can just straight up tell him, yes, I was, I wiped that shit off the map, and then he says he's disappointed with you, which can be very, like heartbreaking for some people. But it all comes down to RPGs and games in general letting you actually play as an evil character, or just giving you that illusion of playing as an evil character. And I guarantee if you're watching this video and you've made it this far into it, you've heard that little tagline before. The illusion of playing as an evil character, or actually being able to be an asshole, psychopathic, just villain in the nature of a universe, or in the nature of just an area, or if you just want to start slaughtering people for no reason. The game allows you to do that. And honestly, one perfect example that I can think of right now is of the gameplay that you are currently watching of Metro 2033. Just the Metro series in general. If you play too fast, if you play like too quick, if you play as a villain, if you don't save people, if you don't focus on your objective and play smart, you can hit that evil ending because you didn't play like a good guy. You didn't play smart, you didn't save enough people, you didn't do all these objectives that you were supposed to. I know some of these games are stupid when it comes to that. I'm pretty sure Redux, the second one, is really fucking annoying when it comes to that, but Exodus is good to that. If you play stealthy and you keep everyone together, no one gets injured. If you make sure you don't kill anyone who doesn't need to be killed, you're playing as a good guy. No issues are going to happen. And then in the end, you can get that good ending. But if you want to be a complete asshole, slaughter everyone, rush through it, just start killing because you want to kill, just because you want to get that gameplay experience of being a bad guy, of just slaughtering even though you don't need to, you'll get that bad ending, which I do like in games. If you take your time, you can get that good ending. Or you know what, fuck it. Take off the silencer, fucking load up the extended mag and just start gunning people down just because you can gun people down. But that's all I really wanted to talk about in this video. Being evil in games, it's good when the game actually lets you, like in games like The Outer Worlds, Fallout New Vegas, Baldur's Gate. But when they give you that illusion, like say in Fallout 4, when you can just join a faction, or Mass Effect, where you can be renegade and you can just act like an asshole, and they only give you about 2 real choices that can actually be evil considerably. But let me know down in the comments below what you guys think. Did you enjoy the video? Did you not? Let me know. But if you did, consider leaving a like, sharing, commenting, and subscribing if you so choose to. As of the time of recording this video, we are 10 subscribers away from 1,200 subs. Unbelievable amount of support we've gotten this month of June. It's been absolutely insane. I think my biggest month for growing subscribers in general. So please, if you want to or if you can, give a chance, support the channel with a like, a share, whatever you got to do. Thank you all for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.